Hello, Chris Harrison, Mindset Self-Care Focus Therapy. How you doing? Having a good day, good evening, wherever you are. So today's video is entitled Suicidal Wreck to Hypnotist. Where will your journey take you? I wanted to do a video that shared my story, but also I know that the people who I want to watch this video and take something from it won't care. I know that you won't care about my story, where I've come from, what I suffered with, and that's fine because I've been exactly in your shoes. I've been there where I didn't care about anybody or anything apart from myself, and even that was in a sort of weird way, in that I didn't really care what happened to me, that sort of thing. So I had depression and PTSD. I thought my PTSD came from 2014 when my dad died, and he died at home, and I had the shame and guilt tagged onto it that I didn't help him on his way. For years, those thoughts haunted me. However, the thought or the memory that did haunt me didn't actually happen. It was a mixture of things that did happen, but the brain twisted it and turned it into this sort of story that didn't happen. It was kind of what should have happened that I didn't do. And then the whole memory was of me looking at myself thinking, well, why didn't you do this, knowing now sort of what you know, but then even what I know now probably wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference anyway. So PTSD, everybody has trauma, everybody suffers with trauma throughout their life. Not everybody gets PTSD. And PTSD, for those who don't know, is post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, I believe it's an accumulation of traumas, and I tell my clients to imagine they've got a stress bucket in the mind, and all that negative stress of all that trauma goes into this bucket. Except the thing that tips that bucket over, the event that overflows that bucket, that's what your brain will blame. Those will be the memories that are stuck in there, that are haunting you, that are causing you all those painful days and shitty nights and things that you keep doing that you don't want to do anymore. Now, with mine, I felt it was like there was somebody else living inside of me, some evil, angry monster. I didn't want to be this person. I didn't want to let this person out. I didn't want to let this person be seen by my family or friends. So I'd hide away, which is a perfectly normal coping response because you have your fight, flight, freeze. Just because you're not physically or actually running away from something doesn't mean that you can't run away from it. If you're hiding away, then you're running from the issue. And the anger, but towards myself, towards this other thing that was living inside me, this monster. Part of the reason why my marriage broke up was because of it. And other crappy things that had happened. I used to quite often of an evening, of a night time, go walking about town with my rings on, my watch on, nothing of value, but I was hoping I'd walk into a mugger or somebody and they'd finish me off. See, I thought about suicide a lot. And again, suicide is a common coping strategy. It's a thought that a lot of people have. At some point, everybody will think, God, I'd be better off if I weren't here, or life shit, I want to die. Something along those lines. I decided enough was enough. I didn't want my family to see what I thought they could see. However, my life was changed around by hypnosis. And again, I went to, I never spoke to my family about what I was going through or anything like that. They could all say I was miserable. But I kind of played it off sometimes in a jokey way. So I'd moan a lot about things and just stupid, petty things or daft things that happened in the house, like, I don't know, something really ridiculous, like I'd hit the roof and get angry if I knocked a bag of sugar over, for instance. And again, that's all down to stress bucket being full and living in your emotional, primitive mind, where your depression, your anxiety, your OCD, your anger, all that business, that's what happens when your stress bucket's full. So I was well and truly living in that part of my brain. So it was about Christmas on 2020 when I went to visit my auntie, and again didn't tell her anything, just told her that I'm miserable and fed up with the job I'm in, because the job nearly killed me. I was a driver and I'd done some stupid things for that job, like the hours that I'd done, things that you used to do, like just, it all built up, all filled that stress bucket up. I've been self-employed since I was 22, and had all that stress that built up over it, plus the stress of what caused my PTSD, or what I thought at the time caused my PTSD. And yes, I went and visit my auntie at that Christmas, and just mentioned how miserable I was, and she just happened to say, well, a few years ago I went and saw this hypnotherapist, why don't you give him a ring? To this day, I don't know what I did. Just, I never asked for any help before, because I was manning the fuck up, wasn't I? I was coping with it. I was dealing with it like a man should. Loud of bollocks. Utter shit. I was coping with fuck all. Whenever you say man up, that means you're coping with fuck all. And now I have a whole different approach to what man the fuck up means, and I'll do a video on that. So I was manning up, getting it all wrong, fucking my life up even more. Went to my auntie, she said about this hypnotherapist. Again, no idea where I rang him, but I rang him. And he was actually closing for Christmas that day, but said he'd open up special for me, and it's a good job he did, because if he saw me in January, I wouldn't have been here. The plan was, if other people wouldn't do it, if walking the streets didn't get me stabbed to death, and again at the time this was logical. Now, even talking about it now, it's kind of stupid, but at the time it was a logical response. It was a coping thing. So I went for my first session and I didn't care. That's why I know that the people who want help don't give a shit about hypnosis. They don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about my story. They don't care that I turn my life around. Nothing. I know that all you want to know is, can I help you? So the purpose of this is really a long-winded way of, yes, I can. But I want you to understand that there is something after. There is your life that you deserve after this. And I went for my session. I booked in for 4 sessions. It was a block. First session changed my life. I had the Christmas period as a different person. Second session, we cemented what we did in the first session, and then the third and fourth session, we just built up confidence and just dealt with some other stressful things. I was a different person. I was a changed person. And again, I didn't even know about hypnosis. The only time I'd seen hypnosis before was when I was about 12 or 13. I was in a hypnosis show when I was on holiday in, I think it was Forteventura or something like that. And again, I didn't really pay attention to it. It was just a bloke and people doing daft things on stage. I didn't understand it. And I'd never had anything to do with hypnosis again until my hypnotherapy sessions. I left those sessions knowing the changes I had to make. And over the next year, throughout 2021, I trained to be a hypnotist, hypnotherapist. I trained to help people, depression, anxiety, PTSD, trauma, and to build confidence. I also want to work with businesses and business owners because of how bad it was where I worked and how much of an impact negatively that job had on my mental health. I want to help others do that and help business owners to make a nice work environment for people. So I'm not doing this to brag, oh, look at me, I was, once suicidal wreck and now, look, I've changed my life around. I believe we all can. If you want to, you can change your life because you deserve much more than those evil thoughts, those images in your mind. And that's all it is. The event's gone. You can't change the past. It doesn't matter what it is. You can't change the past. And you'll always remember it. But with hypnosis, you can let go of the feeling attached to it. You can let go of that negative emotion attached to it. And once that's gone, you can just think of those memories. I can think of that memory now that was haunting me, and I can stop it, start it, rewind it, and put colours in it. It just doesn't affect me anymore. I have no emotion towards it. It's now just an image in the mind. And you can do the same. And once you've done that, once you're in a better place, once you're back in your intellectual mind, back in control, I want you to think of when you're in that position, what are you going to do with your life? What would you like to do? I want you to just close your eyes for a moment maybe and picture it now. What would you like to do? Because you can do it. And if you can't do it on your own, then I'll help you. That's what I do. And if you do need help, information and how to contact me is scrolling along the bottom there. I mean, I've got other things I want to do. I've got other hobbies I want to do. I've quit that job that was ruining my life last year, July of last year. Never look back. Even when I had no money, when I was starting this business and starting my therapy practice, even when I was then thousands of pounds in debt, I never regretted leaving that job because it would have just messed all that hard work up that I'd done in the therapy sessions and in the days and weeks and months after it. I want you to write your hero story. I want you to really think about a life without the pain and the suffering, because it is just an image in the mind with a negative emotion attached to it that's stopping you. Let's get it changed. I want you to change your life, because you deserve a life that you want. And your family deserve the best version of you. It's the best thing I ever did. I wouldn't be here today without it. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. I will do a more upbeat video. Again, I just wanted to share this with you, just share my story with you. So, yeah, enjoy your evening, enjoy your day. I'm Chris Harrison of Mindset Self-Care Focus Therapy. Enjoy what you're doing. Take care now. Bye-bye now.